So we're honored to have Michael Shermer here to join us in this Fertility and Sterility Dialogue. He just gave us a wonderful plenary talk at the ASRM. He is the founder of the Skeptics Society and editor-in-chief of Skeptics Magazine. And I was just going to start by asking you whether or not you think there's been an erosion in appreciation and awareness of the value of science in society.
I'm fairly optimistic about science education. There's never been so many science TV shows, for example, and science books are, you walk into any Barnes & Noble, there's just, a whole wall full of science books. In fact, the research shows that most people across the political spectrum, religious spectrum, and so forth, embrace science. They love science. They get on airplanes, they use their iPhones, they go to their docks. The anti-science is within a very narrow cognitive window when it's related to some deep philosophical, ideological, personal, especially political or religious beliefs. So what you have is what's called cognitive dissonance. So you have this conflict between a scientific finding that seems to conflict with my deepest held beliefs about whatever. And so it's right there in that one particular area where the spin doctoring of the science, or the outright rejection of it, is visible in that little window. Otherwise, outside of that, the person embraces science, like in vitro fertilization. Mm-hmm. In the 80s, this was a big anti-science thing by conservatives, that this is somehow wrong. Now you won't find any conservatives that object to IVF, and that shows us that our moral intuitions are not trustworthy. They can be pushed around pretty easily based on just what we're used to.
Well, I thank you for sitting down and talking with us.
You're welcome.
A brief conversation. Thank you for joining us at
Cheers.
our conference.
You're welcome.
I know
Thanks for having me.
Speaking to everyone, a very well-received talk.